We're going to work with cloning today. So open up PSH2, and you're actually going to turn these in. So do save them as the files that I'm having you save them as when I ask you to. So go to File, Save As, and you're going to name it as Goose 5. That should match the name of the assignment where you turn it in. And this time I created some separate assignments for you to turn them into. So hit Save. And then we are going to create a new layer above the background layer, and we're going to name this new layer Clone. A lot of you call me over sometimes when I don't say what I'm doing, and sometimes in these later videos I'm not going to say what I'm doing. You can watch what I'm doing, but there are things that I'm expecting you to know how to do by now, which is create a new layer with this button and how to rename a layer. So ask a friend if you still don't know after you reverse the video. All right, we have our new layer, and we're going to click the Clone Stamp tool. And then we're going to go up here to our brushes, and we're going to set the size to 150. And our hardness is going to be 0. Okay. And then verify that this box right here, this aligned box, is checked. Then on the options bar, that's what this is, we're going to click this little drop-down box next to the word sample, and we're going to make sure that we're sampling current and below, which means we're sampling the current layer and what's below the layer. Now, many of you have already done this. We're going to hold down Alt, and we're going to sample an area. We're going to sample the beak of the third goose from the left. We're just going to click the end of its beak and let go of Alt, let go of your mouse, and you see that I'm dragging around what I just sampled. Because I have a bigger brush, it has a bigger area than you may have seen before. So now we're going to go in the upper left area of the canvas and position our mouse pointer there, and then we're going to click and drag to paint that goose. Now look over on the third goose. See that plus sign? That's where you said you wanted to start sampling, and as you paint that plus sign over that third goose, it's copying it to this new location. So let go when you have your goose, and we're going to transform. So you can do Edit, Transform, Scale, Edit, Transform, Scale. And we usually use Command T, but Scale allows us to use these menus up here and actually put a percent in. So we're going to do 80%. And the reason we're doing that is so it's not an obvious duplicate. We've done this before in other assignments. 80%. 80%. And then we can complete that move by clicking the Move tool and hitting Apply. You can double click here, or we can click this check mark, whatever you want. And now we're going to add a layer mask to the clone layer. So down here, this button here, Add a Layer Mask, click it. And then we're going to mask the darker clouds around the clone because there's kind of this halo here, and we don't want that. We want them to blend. So I will I have a clone tool, and I'm not supposed to. So I'm going to do a smaller brush, and I'm going to keep it soft. Oops, let me switch my colors again. It might be a little too soft. Increase the hardness. You don't want it 100% hard because then it's going to look painted. increase the hardness again. And I see that my opacity is still turned down, so that might happen to you. Go ahead and turn it up. We don't want to see through that. And there we go. I'll let you go ahead and play around with that. You'll see that maybe a larger, softer brush blends this a little better. So play around with that, and hopefully you'll get a better effect. You see there, now I'm blending it. So you can go ahead and finish it. I don't want to see this seam around your goose like there is on mine. So good luck. Turn it in when you're finished.